Welcome back, everyone. A study found in the National Library of Medicine showed that art therapy is the most frequent choice for mental health patients seeking supervised group therapy.
And according to a University of Calgary news article, brain research shows that art can actually promote both psychological and emotional well-being. To tell us more about the many benefits of tapping into your creative side is art therapist David Cho.
Hi, David. Welcome to the show. So, you know, we all know art can be fun and soothing. It's a good hobby, but what are the health benefits of it?
So it's a really great question. So art therapy being that supports the healing process through creativity, like we're going to be doing today. As well, art therapy increases self-esteem, agency, a sense of control in this world, as well as externalization, expression of feelings, cathartic release of feelings, as well as provide space for us to do a bit of self-discovery, as well as cultivate a positive sense of self.
Oh, I love that. Now, you've been an art therapist for 13 years. Can you give us some examples of how you've seen art therapy work in people's lives?
That's a great question as well. And I think the most recent examples that I can use are during the pandemic. So during the pandemic, I've noticed that there's been a lot of people's mental health have been greatly impacted by a lack of connection, the loss of connection. The things that we're used to, the things that we want to do, graduation, family events, school, work, all these things that greatly impacted our mental health and caused folks to be dysregulated at times. It was really challenging. So it's really interesting that art therapy can also allow folks to move through the grieving process, make sense of this loss in terms of emotional regulation, as well as find a space where they can really kind of deep dive into these things in a way that is supportive, as well as another thing that I noticed as well during the pandemic was this heightened anxiety, this uncertainty that we're experiencing. I could definitely say that for myself as well. And art therapy allowing us to express and externalize and make sense of where this comes from, as well as ways to ground ourselves in these moments as well. One last example being in terms of family conflict. I seen art therapy used in a way of in terms of family work, where we get a sense of kind of how that conflict looks like. How would the family look like if this conflict weren't around, didn't exist? So a really great healing process as well.
Well, you're going to guide us through an art therapy exercise today, but first you want to start with an art-based mindfulness activity. So tell us what we're going to be doing.
Great. So we're going to start with focusing on our breath. So we'll draw out our breath today. So I encourage everyone, and myself too will be part of this. We'll just kind of get a sense of our breath, the inhalation, the exhalation. How's that feel within our body right now? Once we get a sense of kind of how that feels like in our bodies, we're going to ask everyone to grab two paintbrushes.
Okay,
so
two paintbrushes.
Okay. And drawing out our breath using two paintbrushes and also two hands.
Okay. Two paintbrushes, two hands. All right.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And what would you
So what are we drawing? Just our breathing?
Our breath, how's that feel
We're visualizing our breathing.
Yeah. How would it look like on canvas?
And anything is okay, right? Like we're
Absolutely. We're not thinking about aesthetics.
No.
It's
Oh, I
about
used the wrong
process.
colors. Okay, I'm gonna pretend like that. Oh, I'll switch my hand. So what would you say, David? What is the aim of this exercise?
It's to really be in the present moment, right? I think 2 days we can't control. Yesterday and tomorrow. Tomorrow can bring on sense of anxiety, what could have been, should have been, all those pieces. Yesterday could be regret, sadness, anger, shame possibly. It's in this moment, this present moment that we're in, which allows us to be at our best selves, I feel like, as well as increases self-awareness, creates space for compassion for ourselves, and also decreases stress.
okay. Well, are we going to show them? Do we show our breath?
Yeah,
our
let's
breath,
show them. And
our
maybe
breath art?
David, could you tell us what? Could you tell us? What, oh my God! What does this tell you about us?
I could tell you all kinds of things. I think it's really great when it comes from you. So how was this process for both of you?
It was actually very cathartic.
I just had fun, like it was like up, down, you know what I mean?
You followed the rhythm of your actual breath.
Absolutely.
It was quite effective.
And also very similar colors, so a lot of resonance here.
For some reason, this is a combination of me and David, I think.
Oh my gosh, we're family. Unity. Unity.
Okay, next, David, you are going to walk us through a painting activity that's usually done in art therapy sessions, right?
Absolutely. So I want all of us to focus on a discomfort in our body. So really kind of thinking, where does that lie? How does that look like? On a scale of 1 to 10, the discomfort being like a 1 or a 2. Very low on the scale.
Okay.
So I know for myself, I know where that lies right now. For me,
Physical or emotional discomfort, or
physical.
either? Physical, okay.
Like where in your body, because we're kind of being attuned to our body right now, where does that kind of lie?
Okay.
And then using one hand this time and one paintbrush, we'll draw that out. How's that look like? What color would it be?
Okay, oh my gosh.
Okay.
This is incredible.
What color would it be?
And while we paint, David, you work with fathers who are perpetrators of domestic violence towards their partners and children, as well as individuals and families that are dealing with trauma. So what role does art therapy play in the healing process for them?
Great question. In terms of my work with fathers, art therapy allowed fathers to express the feelings that they're experiencing in a way that wasn't filled with shame, didn't take away accountability, was able to kind of see it. Also, unpack masculinity or messages of masculinity. What does that mean to you? As well as, at the same time, envision what kind of father you'd like to be. So I think that was a really beautiful piece. In terms of trauma, or for those folks that experience trauma, to really be able to externalize their experience, to integrate those experiences into their lives and move forward at the same time at their own pace. So really, I like to kind of bring in that agency piece, that self-determination, around integrating trauma into your life.
And we're not doing this for aesthetics, but for a deeper value. So with these in mind, I'm just gonna finish up. Oh, let me just sign.
Oh my gosh, Lainey.
I love signing my stuff.
Oh
Okay,
my
anyway,
gosh.
so what does this, am I okay?
Okay.
Look at yours, look at them all. Oh, I love them.
So I'd like to
What
ask
can you tell? What can you tell us?
Once again, how was that for you? What does your artwork say about that discomfort for you?
I think I'm angry.
This had to do with my core, my spine, because I've been having physical pain. And anyway,
Can you tell that this was Did you tell that this is my feet?
Okay. Hey! My feet hurt! Thank you for sharing this art experience with us, David. It's brought us closer together. Hey there! Wasn't that great? Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.